Jake Paul went 12-1 this weekend in a not-so-anticipated bout against Julio César Chavez Jr. I want to start by saying these fights are not rigged, they're just strategically chosen. If you have no experience in boxing or combat sports, shut the fuck up already. This was just another fight to inflate his ego and make him believe he belongs here. Keyword, make him believe. Most people know Jake Paul isn't ready for championship-level fights. We didn't need Chavez Jr. to tell us that. I'd say Chavez Jr.'s opinion counts. I mean, he did fight Sergio Martinez, Canelo Alvarez, Daniel Jacobs, all at lower weights. So, what would happen if Jake Paul's balls actually drop and he decides to throw himself in the mix with real competition? He'd get exposed for what he really is, not an elite-level cruiserweight. By any means. We don't have to go too far to see his inexperience and sloppiness. Just take a look at the opening minutes of the first round. Jake has a tendency of dropping his power hand whenever he jabs and hooks. Here, we see him dropping his hands as he throws, then moving forward in a straight line with those hands pretty low, never returning to home base, his face. Follows up by standing square right in front of Chavez Jr. with his hands down, admiring his work. What do you think happened if he did that with an elite-level cruiserweight or even a light heavyweight? Night-night. This is just another example of how he throws his jab and simultaneously drops his right hand that should be protecting his jaw. And after he's thrown the jab, he stands there stationary, like he's Floyd Mayweather, with his hands low. Here's another example of him jabbing and dropping that right hand that should be protecting for that potential check hook. Because of the competition he's fighting, that check hook never comes. So he's become accustomed to leaving himself vulnerable after being offensive. We've seen him walk people down in the past and be overly offensive. But that's just a result of not being tested in conjunction with fighting smaller fighters. So he doesn't perceive a threat by being overly offensive. What do we see here? Hands low, standing in front of Chavez Jr., feinting a little bit, but not doing much. Let's be honest. If he was fighting someone like Bivol, he would get absolutely baptized doing this. After that first feint, I could see Bivol countering with a 3-2 and stepping off the line and continuing to move forward, overwhelming Jake Paul. Common theme, throwing that lead hook with that right hand super low. Just waiting for a check hook to wake his ass up or put him to sleep. Maybe. Probably. And check this. After he throws that hook, where is his hand going? It ain't going back to his face to protect it. Conclusion, somebody with that bouncy in and out Soviet style would be this kid's kryptonite. Even an actual contender with good feet would break Jake Paul's rhythm and probably make him reconsider this whole boxing thing. That's my 2 cents.